Okay, you know when that you get that gut feeling about something? It's called your intuition, and it's speaking to you. My next guest says you can use your intuition to achieve great success. May McCarthy is a CEO, author, investor, philanthropist. The list really does go on, and she credits that quiet little voice inside for putting her on the pathway to prosperity. And she says you can do it too. May, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Heather. I'm happy to be here.
I think I would just like to share with our viewers out there sort of your path to success, because it started with something similar to a lemonade stand when you were a child. Is that right?
That's true. I'm the last of 10 children and lived on the beach in Hawaii and decided to start a business to serve customers that were out on our beach and were thirsty. So I started a concession stand. That was my very first business.
Very first business. In college, you already had another business.
I did. I started the first of 6 businesses when I was the sophomore year in college with my sister, and since then have grown 6 companies to as large as $100 million in annual revenues.
Wow. Do you credit your intuition for your success?
Absolutely, 100%. In fact, there's a lot of very successful business people like Bill Gates, who says often you have to rely on intuition. And Steve Jobs said you have to have courage to follow your heart and your intuition. And Oprah Winfrey said that she has listened to that still small voice of intuition her whole life. And the only times that she's made a mistake, when she didn't listen.
When she didn't listen. Oh, that's fascinating. Now, a lot of people want to know, well, how can I enable my intuition? I don't seem to hear a quiet little voice. People can actually do that, right?
They can, and I have just 3 simple things to share with your viewers today that can help them enable intuition to show up more often. Intuition is always going to help you either achieve your goals or to protect you and keep you safe. So it stands to reason that if we can come up with some goals in the right form, then we can enable intuition to show up in a more obvious way.
So you said write them down as step number 1, right?
Exactly. You want to write them down with gratitude as though you've already received them.
Wow.
For instance, you've probably heard people say, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, to make that statement true, you always have to be 10 pounds overweight. Because to lose 10 pounds being the goal, you have to be 10 pounds overweight. So a better thing to say would be, I'm so grateful that I have a physically fit and trim body that is pain-free, that goes on hikes and walks easily with my family and friends, and we have a great time.
So that's what you would write down, that the goal has already been achieved and the success you're having with that
gratitude.
Goal. I like that, and with gratitude.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure that's part of the ingredients here, and I don't want to skip over that part.
Right.
Okay, so number 2 in the 3-step process is not only do you need to write it down, but then you need to do what?
Then you need to read it out loud with emotion. And this is every day. You'll write it down, you'll read it out loud with emotion, and every single school teacher will tell you that if you read out loud, it anchors it more deeply within you. And a goal attainment practice is to keep your goals at the forefront of your thoughts. So reading it out loud keeps it at the forefront of your thoughts.
Is it something that you should read every day?
Every day. You write and read every day.
Every day.
Every
okay,
day.
So this is a daily exercise.
It
This
is.
isn't a one-time thing,
No.
shove it in a drawer and forget about it.
Right.
Got it. Okay, what's the 3rd step?
And the 3rd step is to use a technique that very famous Olympic athletes and professional athletes, as well as professional musicians and very famous business people, use on a daily basis. And that's to close your eyes and imagine seeing yourself in that realized goal. See yourself completing that goal. And I have a great example of how this works.
Go ahead. I'd love to hear.
Okay, so
I am jotting the stuff down in my mind.
I'm so glad. So I have this woman that I know, and her husband had been out of work for 6 months. And it was causing a lot of stress in the family.
Sure.
And so she and he decided to create some goal statements with him being in the realized goal of a new job that used his skills and talents in remarkable ways and got paid more than he'd ever been paid before, and he was really, really happy. So he was doing this process for about a week, and then he got this intuitive message inside, that the strong thought that said, rewrite your resume and describe those skills and talents that you're using. So he did. He sent out his resume to 3 companies and within a week got 3 interview requests.
Wow.
Within 2 weeks of that, he got 3 job offers. And I'm really happy to say that he has a great job. He's supporting his family and he feels more empowered than he ever has in his life.
Have your intuition ever led you in the wrong direction?
I can't think of an example right now, but it has helped me to stay safe. It saved my life in 1994.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I had a bout of cancer, and a doctor told me, a piece of malignant melanoma on my leg, and a doctor had told me it was nothing, and my gut just wrenched and said, no, 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 have that removed, and I did, and saved my life.
It did save your life. Wow. So listen to that quiet little voice that is speaking to you.
Right.
Well, the title of the book is The Path to Wealth. May McCarthy is the author. I'm sure you can find this on Amazon and a host of other websites. But thank you so much for sharing it with us this morning. We do appreciate it. Those
Thank
3
you.
easy steps can change your life. Do appreciate it. Thanks,
Appreciate
May.
it. Thank you.
All right, next on San Diego Living, learn how